If you have £360,000 to spare, you could buy a house. You could live in the Savoy for 1,000 days, or you could get a Rolls-Royce Phantom. We may live in austere times, but Rolls-Royce has just announced its biggest yearly sales ever, with a grand total of 3,630 cars delivered, mostly to customers in the Middle East, China and America. The most expensive one was bespoke, cost a cool £1 million, and went to a client who insisted on having 34 diamonds embedded in the dashboard, as you do. Now, I've been talking to the company's chief executive, Thorsten Muller-Otvos, where else but in the back of his motor. It looks like a return to the Downton Abbey economy. So the 1% or the 0.01% are doing very well. They're able to afford cars like this. And the vast majority of us are living downstairs, as it were.
I mean, maybe to a certain point, yes. On the other side, you need also to see that those customers we have, entrepreneurs, are also, for me, columns of the country-specific economy. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they are running businesses, they are employing people, they put people on work. And for that reason, that's good. Yeah. And I think we should be really grateful that we have still people who can afford luxury items. That's good. I think that's also good for diversity.
Is it good for the whole economy?
I think it's good for the whole economy, definitely. And when you see what happens, I mean, we are employing 1,400 people now in Goodwood. Mm-hmm. We have just announced yesterday that we would employ and will employ this year 100 additional heads to come. And that is, of course, great, because that puts people into work, basically. Mm-hmm. The reason why? Because Rolls-Royce is doing good.
In case you wondered and had the spare cash, the car that we stepped out of cost a mere £360,000 and drives like butter. We left behind its silky smoothness to discuss the grit of business and Europe. You're a German CEO of a German-owned British brand, selling 90% of your cars to foreigners, many of them in Europe. How damaging is the whole debate about whether we should stay in Europe or get out?
I mean, currently it's not damaging, but I have a clear understanding here, and let's say my position is clear. I would recommend staying in the European Union, definitely. I think to be part of a bigger room of economics or business room like the European Union is always with advantages. It makes trading easier, it pulls down any, let's say, foreign limits and barriers, trading barriers, and for that reason I can only recommend staying.
If Britain were to get out, could you imagine moving operations outside the UK?
I think we've never thought about that Britain would move out, seriously.
But if it happened, and it may well happen.
I think then we need to reconsider, of course, what happens and what the situation will be. But currently there is no need to think about that. Our conviction is clear. Rolls-Royces belong to Britain. We are clearly committed here into Britain. All the cars are produced only in Britain, in Goodwood, and it should stay like it is.
But that would be in peril if this country were to leave the European Union.
Let's wait and see. If that really would happen, what nobody hopes, then we need to reconsider, yes.
And generally, would you say the British economy is out of the woods?
Definitely light at the end of the tunnel, in my perception, and also what we feel when we talk to our customers. There's a much better mood around currently here, particularly in the UK, which I very much like. That was Rolls-Royce Chief Executive Thorsten Muller-Otvos talking to me earlier.